I'm delighted to announce that Dogpatch, our regional partners at Ignite, have been selected to run NDRC, Ireland's national accelerator program. It's the first time that a national network of innovation hubs will collaborate to deliver supports to entrepreneurs in every county in Ireland. I'm so excited to work with the venture capital community, the corporate community, our international partners and governments at such an important time for this country. There's been so much meaningful progress in our startup ecosystem over the last 10 years, and as we start a new decade, we're focused on where we can be by 2030. We think we can be globally great at entrepreneurship in this country in the same way that we are with FDI. To achieve this, we'll support globally ambitious entrepreneurs through every step of their journey, through investment, coaching, mentorship, and a founder-first approach delivered by real entrepreneurs and international experts. The new NDRC programs kick off in Q1 of next year. We're so excited for what's to come.
Hello and welcome to the NDRC Pre-Accelerator Showcase. Over the next 90 minutes, we will take you to the RDI Hub in Kerry, the Portershed in Galway, and the thing you're really all here for, we'll introduce you to a group of exciting early stage tech startups from across Ireland. This event celebrates the finish line of a 6-week pre-accelerator program, and I have to say these teams have really done us proud. I'm Rosemary Gallagher, Program Manager at the Portershed in Galway, and this is my lovely co-host Niall Larkin, Program Manager at the RDI Hub in Clorgan, County Kerry, which I'm actually delighted to be visiting for the first time today.
Yes, my first time to see you in the flesh after 9 months of Zoom.
We've received such great support from the startup ecosystem, and we're honoured to have so many of you join us today and hear the team's pitch. We had over 110 applications to this programme. 50% of the teams accepted were female-led or co-founded. The Pre-Accelerator is part of the NDRC's early stage supports, which also include our weekly office hours and founders' weekends. The Pre-Accelerator sets teams on a strong customer-focused path, putting them in a great position to apply for an accelerator, such as the NDRC Accelerator, seek investment or grow organically with a really customer-centric mindset. Our founder-first entrepreneur-led approach means that we have 3 pre-accelerators in 2021. This one has been co-delivered by the Portershed and the RDI Hub, with over 80% of the teams hailing from west of the Shannon. What this means is that there is always an NDRC program happening soon or near you, or both.
Yep, let's have a look at those programs, right? So the Pre-Accelerator program is a 6-week program. And we tap into our extensive network of startup founders so that the teams on these programs can plug into and learn directly from entrepreneurs and investors who have scaled and exited companies. When we asked the teams on this program what they liked most about it, they said that they loved the interviews, the Q&As, and the one-to-one sessions with founders who've been there and done that, such as Jolene Looney of Content Llama, Daniel Kine of Opinion X, Anne Hunt, Chasing Returns, Gillian Doyle, John Brosnan, and David Collier. They also said that they love meeting investors. A special thank you there to Dermot Berkery and Maurice Roach of Delta Partners, Gillian Buckley, WDC, Niamh Sterling, Maurice Gorman, John Bradford, just to name a few. And the teams told us that they loved the masterclasses on customer discovery from Rob Fitzpatrick of the Mom Test, pitching with Ginny Radnell, and product with Dave Power. Overall, the founders loved the laser focus on customer discovery and the practical, actionable advice from the one-to-one sessions with our panel of over 20 mentors. And they love becoming part of and plugging into this vibrant network of entrepreneurs, giving first, paying it forward, and giving back. Before I hand over to Rosemary to introduce the first batch of startups, I'd like to give a special thanks to the wider NDRC team. John Bradford, who previously set up Techstars Europe and brought his expertise to this pre-accelerator program, Patrick Walsh, CEO of Dogpatch Labs, and Suzanne Mills and team as Director of Early Stage Startups at NDRC. Frank Brennan and Rick Nasser at the Republic of Work, the wonderful Mary Rogers, CEO of the GCID, and the entire team of Portershed, which special thanks to Anthony Shaughnessy. And my boss here, Liam Cronin, CEO of the RDI Hub, and all the team here, with a special shout out to Radine, Andy, and Kerry. And last but not least, my partner in crime here, Rosemary Gallagher, who's been an absolute blast to work with. So on to the main event. Over to you, Rosemary, to introduce these teams to our connected communities.
The teams you're going to see pitch today were selected from a pool of over 110 applicants. As I've mentioned, over 80% located west of the Shannon, with an even split north and south of Lough Derg. You will see digital health, robotics, data analytics, machine learning and AI, ag tech and travel tech, representing the broad depth of strengths in this network. In just 6 weeks, these teams have made significant early traction, as evidenced by sales, letters of intent, or MOUs. This is a game of two halves. We're breaking up the pitches into 2 batches. We'll open the first section with a short video showcasing the Portershed and Galway. It's a little bit like the Eurovision. Then you get to hear the first group of pitches. At the midway, we'll hear from Enterprise Ireland, as you all know, a key player in early stage supports and regional development. And this also includes a short piece with Feldalma McGurk of Payslip. Then we'll show you around Kerry with a showcase video from the RDI Hub and the second half of those great startup pitches, which you're all really here for. After that, we'll say goodbye and thank you and open the networking session where you get to meet, congratulate, and chat with the startups in their breakout rooms. We really encourage you to use the chat function, say hello, tell us what you think, and show the teams some love. Right now, back to the teams. The pitches for the first half are coming right after this short reel showcasing the Portershed. Take it away.
Galway City is perched on the western edge of Europe. It's the home of great culture, arts, and also great technology companies. Galway City Innovation District was established in 2015 to develop the Innovation District to house great entrepreneurial talent and technology companies with global ambition. Our companies have grown and flourished since 2015, delivering over 700 jobs and attracting over 35 million in investment. We are expanding the Innovation District in downtown Galway with 2 new buildings at Bowling Green and Market Street. We are evolving to meet the changing needs of our community. We're creating collision spaces, a production studio, and expanding our hot desk facilities. The Portershed has always been more than just a desk. Join us in Galway, find your tribe, and be part of the entrepreneurial ecosystem.
I'm Dr. Leo Rodriguez, the CEO at Helgen Technologies, and we empower industries that utilize heavy machinery to reach new levels of productivity. Waste companies are facing a harsh reality. Picture a landfill. Working there is dirty, yet somebody has to do the job. Sickness and high attrition are common among heavy machine operators there. For an average landfill, this represents hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional cost and reduced productivity. The future isn't bright either, as new generations have less interest in operating heavy equipment. We convert heavy machinery into intelligent autonomous systems capable of consistently operating more hours while reducing human risks. Waste companies acknowledge that solutions that reduce the interaction of humans with the harsh conditions of landfills are very, very attractive. Our team combines many years of experience in robotics, software, hardware, lean manufacturing, and business. We've worked for renowned multinationals, and by joining forces, supported by an industry-leading panel of advisors, we're more than capable of fulfilling our mission to bring automation to the right place. We have an unfair advantage in technology. We're pioneers in combining novel sensors that will change the game of automation, making our development time faster and making safe all-weather operations possible. Our deployment time is at least 3 times faster than the competition, and our tech is compatible with more machines, in contrast with the 1 or 2 models that our competitors support. Waste companies will make considerable investments in heavy machinery upgrades in upcoming years globally. Our obtainable market in this vertical is up to $500 million. Our flexible solution will allow us to expand to other markets in which companies are expected to invest more than $160 billion in autonomous equipment. We're a business-to-business company, making money with robotics as a service yearly rolling contracts. A contract for a single machine will have an average value of $65,000. And we want to grow by securing 6 retrofits in our pilot program to deploy more than 400 autonomous units by 2025. And this represents a recurrent revenue of $24 million per year. We're filling our pilot program funnel by actively profiling global waste companies. We have secured the deployment of our first pilot in a landfill, and we have obtained an LOI to deploy the technology in a recycling facility. We're participating in the NVIDIA Inception program, and we are a plug-and-play portfolio company, allowing us to expand our business network rapidly. To secure key staff and reach development milestones, we're currently raising 500,000 euros from angel capital. We plan a subsequent VC round, and we're actively looking for European Commission funding for a projected seed capital of up to 5 million euros. So far, our path has been very exciting. If you want to know more, make sure to follow Helgen Technologies on our social media and contact us if you want to be part of our journey to bring automation to the right place.
Hello and welcome. My name is Kieran Supel and I'm going to talk to you today about what we believe is the next big innovation and opportunity in livestock agriculture. Climate change is changing the way we farm. It's now evident the way we've been farming for the past 100 years is no longer environmentally or financially sustainable. Radical change is required. We at Reap Interactive, a farmer-owned hardware and SaaS company, have targeted the largest area of inefficiency within livestock farming, and that's the monitoring of an animal's daily live weight. All management decisions on livestock farms are geared around daily weight. Increasing daily weight gain means that an animal will achieve their target weight younger, making them more profitable and more environmentally friendly. Yet, if you look at livestock farming, only about 5% of farmers currently weigh their animals regularly. This is because the current technology is bulky, labour intensive, very time consuming to use, inaccurate and stressful on both the farmer and the animal. We've developed an innovative product to MVP stage that solves this existing problem by automatically weighing the animals in their natural environment without the need for any human intervention. It is compact, non-intrusive, hardware-enabled software solution which captures the animal's weight several times a day and gathers meaningful data for the farmer. This lets the farmer make better management decisions, improving the bottom line, and all this is done without distressing the farmer or the animal. Due to the push for change within agriculture, the smart farming sector alone is currently worth over $23 billion and has grown at 19% year on year. The global livestock market is huge, with over 140 million farmers globally, producing 2.4 billion cattle, sheep and pigs annually. Our initial focus is on the cattle sector within Ireland and the UK, with plans to expand into the US and Australia. Our early adopters make up around 45% of active livestock farmers, and this equates to about 600,000 farms. From there, we'll move into the sheep and pig sector, which will allow for continuous company growth and expansion. Revenue will be generated through unit sales and an annual subscription fee. We've already engaged with key national stakeholders who have expressed an interest in the data we're gathering, and we've plans to monetize this data from 2023 onwards. The co-founders, myself and Declan, are active farmers and seasoned IT professionals. After completing an MBA, I moved into senior management positions, with my most recent role as an operations director of a company in which I managed a multi-million euro annual budget. Declan has worked as a senior cloud consultant for numerous blue-chip companies, and he's actively involved in Irish farming through both the Farm Organisation and Ireland's only successful beef producer organisation, both of which he was a founding member of. In order to move Reap Interactive at a pace and grow the company to become the recognised brand in the market, we're seeking an investment of $550,000, and this is primarily to assist with the development of additional prototypes to meet current demand. Overall, Reap Interactive have gone out and listened to our customer requirements, and we developed a solution to meet their needs by making farming more economic and environmentally efficient. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Emma Carr. I'm a health psychologist and co-founder of Amara Therapeutics. We're pioneering a new treatment for overactive bladder. Overactive bladder, or OAB, is a disruption of the signals between the bladder and the brain. This results in frequent and false warnings that the bladder is full, or warnings that come too late for a person to reach the bathroom on time. It's a debilitating condition. Patients experience higher levels of depression and anxiety, feelings of shame and embarrassment, and disruption to their sleep, social life, and sexual relationships. To treat OAB, guidelines recommend behavioural therapy, which is effective and safe. However, due to a lack of specialists, patients can wait months or in some cases years to access this type of treatment. As a result, many patients are prescribed medications. These meds have a range of serious side effects, from dry mouth and constipation to dizziness and mental confusion, and they're associated with an increased risk of dementia. That's why we've created Resolve, a comprehensive digital therapeutic platform to treat OAB. It combines behavioural therapy with psychology, physiotherapy, and dietetics. For clinicians, Resolve collects and visualises key information, empowering them to make data-driven care decisions. In the US alone, 33 million patients suffer from OAB, and the healthcare spend is over $65 billion annually. Our target customers are US health insurance companies who cover the majority of this cost. They'll be incentivized to reimburse Resolve, as we can significantly reduce their healthcare spend. A once-off payment of Resolve is $700 compared to an annual cost of over $5,000 for medications. Our pilot clinical trial is underway. Real patients across 3 hospital sites in Ireland are using Resolve. These are a couple of quotes from our trial participants. One woman told us that using Resolve has made her feel that she's not alone in dealing with her OAB, and another is delighted with how Resolve has helped her change her bad habits. We're currently developing our randomized controlled trial. This is necessary to achieve regulatory approval as a Class 2 medical device in the US and the EU. Resolve is not just another app available from the App Store, it must be prescribed by clinicians. To achieve this, we've established a partnership with MedStar Health in the US. Together, we're designing the protocol for our randomized controlled trial to take place across their 10 hospitals next year. At Amara Therapeutics, we have a world-class team. I'm an expert in digital health interventions. Our CEO, Brendan Staunton, has extensive experience in medical device commercialization. Our CMO, Dr. Jeff Cundiff, is a world-renowned gynecologist. We're joined by a strong team of commercial, technical, clinical, and regulatory specialists. We're seeking to raise €3.5 million to achieve regulatory approval and begin commercialization. Join us on our mission to transform the lives of the millions of patients who suffer from OAB. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Owen Ryan, a chartered engineer with over 20 years experience and also a self-build nut. Through experience from both sides, I've seen firsthand the issues that can arise on site, and this is generally due to lack of knowledge. These issues have led to pyrite, mica and fire safety issues in Priory Hall. And this is due to the lack of information, and this has proven detrimental to so many people's lives. As a professional engineer, you need to go to 6 different websites to get all the information you need. To solve this problem, I developed building regulations apps in Ireland and the UK, and we had over 45,000 downloads, and it's proven very successful. I've presented in the Dáil and House of Commons on tech and construction. Also, as a self-build nut and someone who's recently done a house build, trying to get the right information can be exasperating. Like, you have to go to House, Instagram, Checkatrade, Screwfix, IKEA. God, my head hurts. There has to be a simpler way. This made us notice an even greater opportunity. And to this end, I launched Housebuild. At Housebuild, our mission is to enable everyone to design and build excellent quality, sustainable and affordable buildings. Our solution is to provide you with your inspiration ideas, all the technical construction details you need, the details on how to build an energy efficient house, a directory to obtain the key people from tilers to architects, a marketplace to buy your construction products all the way through to your furnishings, a cost calculator to calculate your budget and to obtain finance. Our business model is B2B and B2C, and we've enabled a subscription model and also an affiliate sales model on all products sold through our marketplace. Our target market is 30 billion, or our attainable market is 200 million. The market is significant in Ireland and the UK, with 2.6 million professionals and 351,000 businesses and nearly 160,000 houses constructed annually. Housebuild sits in the middle of all these platforms. There's so many out there. How do you wade through all of these to get the information you need and to provide you with that information? We solve it all in one simple platform. Through extensive market research, we validated our model through interviews and surveys, and we know our model works. So far, we've invested 450,000. We have a monthly recurring revenue of 4,000, and our site is growing organically 40% month on month. All businesses are built on strong foundations, and we have the team to do it. We've over 40 years in construction, 40 years in tech, with some of the best people in the market. We are an EIS company, and we're looking for 700,000 to be spent across sales and marketing, product development, business development, and overheads. In summary, we are to construction what Amazon, Pinterest, and LinkedIn are to their markets. We are here to build a great business, and you can put your house on it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. My name is Shalom Osiadi, and I am the co-founder of ESCAMenu.com, Ireland's first peer-to-peer food marketplace, connecting home cooks to their local communities and beyond. Picture this. You're an expat living in a foreign country with no access to your local cuisine and no cooking skills. A few doors down, however, is Erica, who is an amazing cook and just so happens to be an expert at your local cuisine. Imagine if you could buy food from Erica and Erica could make a living selling food to people like you. In today's world, that's not really a reality. But ESCA has decided to change this. Would you believe if we told you that 80% of people would rather buy a home-cooked meal than a takeaway? But for people like Erica, setting up a restaurant or a takeaway is just too expensive. And for people like you, finding culturally authentic food is, well, almost impossible. So what you're doing is you're going to social media, trying to find these people while these people are busy setting up businesses on social media, hoping that their businesses grow. But we all know that social media wasn't set up for food enterprises. Now, what we have done is built a progressive web application that allows people like Erica to start an online food business in less than 5 minutes, while giving people like you access to culturally authentic restaurant quality food at lower than restaurant prices. Now, what we charge at the moment, because we're still in beta, is 2% per transaction. But once we launch, we're moving to a 15% per transaction model. Or if you're a more growth-minded cook like Erica, you can get €35 a month on our plan with lots of bells and whistles. Now, our SOM is 19 million euros a week. Our SAM is 255 million euros. And our TAM is $250 billion globally. In terms of competition, well, we're still very much in a blue ocean, but competition is rising, especially in North America, where our closest competitors recently received a $20 million Series A from the world's largest VCs. Now, our traction so far has been quite good. We've grown 60% month over month at our peak in terms of revenue and 36% month over month in terms of users. Now, we've partnered with companies like Link for food delivery, the HSE for food safety and hygiene, and Stripe most recently, who have asked us to cater for a BHM event that they're having at their Dublin HQ. We also have a feature coming out on Amazon Prime in January in 2022, so keep your eye out for that one. As for the team, well, we're all world-renowned experts and award-winning in our own rights. VCs and CEOs fill our advisory boards with more than enough experience in the food space. We're asking for €900,000 to fulfill marketing, product development, business development, and overheads. We've already raised €130,000, so this will get us over the line to reach our goal and essentially start lowering the barriers to entry for food entrepreneurship. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Shalom, and we are ESCAMenu.com.
Hi, I'm Alex, founder of Bumplo. Bumplo is the next generation activity booking platform for parents and their little ones. Think booking.com, but for the parenting journey. As a teacher and mum of 3, I know how important it is to foster a child's development, and I know what it means to want nothing but the very best for our little ones. But I also understand how overwhelming, isolating, and difficult to navigate the world of parenting can really be. I'm not alone. Our generation of tech-savvy but time-poor parents struggle to find what's on, relying on word of mouth, social media, outdated booking websites, and lengthy booking processes. Class providers are also wasting time and money on expensive booking and marketing tools, trying to reach an ever-evolving parent market. Bumplo's sophisticated streamlined platform tackles these complex pain points. In a few simple clicks, class providers can easily list their classes, courses, workshops and events directly to the target market, while also managing their online payments, bookings and schedules all through Bumplo. While parents can simply search and discover an activity that suits their busy schedule, they can also manage their booking, payments and receipts all on Bumplo. We are proud to have a wide variety of 42 high-quality providers in Ireland already signed up as customers of Bumplo, from swimming and music academies to baby massage and postnatal fitness instructors, nutritionists, mental health psychiatrists and more. Since our soft launch this summer, we've built a loyal community of almost 3,000 Instagram followers and 200 parents. We've processed almost €3,000 worth of bookings for activities such as pregnancy yoga, baby massage, parent first aid and more. However, these are only our first steps, with projected sales of over 1 million by year 3. Bumplo is currently free for parents. We charge providers a transaction fee of 5% per booking and plan to roll out a subscription fee of $59.99 per year. We are also in early discussions with large corporations including Facebook, Fexco and Deloitte to develop a very promising B2B corporate membership scheme. Various indirect and direct competitors exist across Europe and the US.
Our closest competitors in the US have raised 25 million to date, and KitBass has also just recently been acquired by a top edtech company. Bumplo has the potential to dominate European markets and differentiates itself from its competitors by being an end-to-end solution dedicated to the entire parenting journey, supporting parents from bump to little ones and beyond. Globally, approximately 33.7 billion is spent every year on activities, classes, camps, courses and more between the ages of 0 to 12 years old. And while we are focusing first on the serviceable market of 3 million in Ireland, this is just merely our test market. We want to go global. 140 million babies are born every year. The potential is at our fingertips. I'm joined by my co-founder and CSO Carla with vast enterprise software sales experience, Derek as experienced CTO, and an invaluable team of advisors, including most notably Heather Morris for strategy and growth. Join us in our mission to empower parents' lives by powering the businesses who look after them and their little ones. Their time is precious, so let's help them make the most of it. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Brandon, co-founder of ByoWave and award-winning electronic engineer. My co-founder is Evelyn, an award-winning game designer. When Evelyn and I were kids, we used to play video games together all the time. Our favourite was after school when we played Shrek on the PlayStation 2. We lost touch for about 15 years, but we reacquainted last year, and of course we just wanted to play video games together again. But I was really sad to hear that Evelyn couldn't do this anymore.
I have a connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and when I was 14 I injured my hand, and because of my condition it never healed. My disability cut me off from one of the most important parts of my life, playing video games with my friends. I spent lots of time and money trying to find a solution, but nothing worked for me.
When Evelyn told me about her problem, I thought it really sucked, because I know how important gaming is for my mental health and social life. So together, we set out to build the Proteus controller ecosystem. This is made up of modules that connect together just like Lego. Our algorithm and connection mechanism are currently patent pending. This system enables everyone to build their own way to play. The user orders our Proteus controller kit for €199 and then builds their custom configuration, which can then plug and play with their favorite device. The Proteus controller is hardware-enabled software, similar to Fitbit. Our phone app and personalized gaming analytics has premium features requiring a monthly subscription. The user can build their controllers on the ByoWave website, connecting them with community members to co-create through shared experiences. ByoWave has won multiple national and international awards to date.
Our TAM of disabled gamers is 38.6 billion. Over the next 5 years, we're going after 375 million of that. Non-disabled gamers are also seeking their own way to play to increase their gaming performance. We will expand into this lucrative $200 billion market in 2022 with the community that we're already building. Our competitive advantage is increased flexibility to customize, rebuild, and enhance performance with AI game coaching and analytics. The Proteus controller is not just an assistive device. It's based on universal design principles, so it's better for everyone. We have spoken with 300 disabled gamers around the world, so we know there is a major need for our product. For validation, we have sold 25 test kits, mainly in the US. We've been growing our online presence, and 380 people have already signed up for early access who are soft launch in October.
We have built a manufacturing network which enables us to sell 375 units, generating 50k in revenue this year. We will scale our manufacturing, and in 2025 we will generate 375 million in hardware and software recurring revenue. Along with myself and Evelyn, Ronan joined the team as our CTO with experience from SAP and NUIG AI research. We also have a strong advisory board. Our growing community is passionate about our mission. We have secured strategic partnerships with Microsoft, Trinkle, and Rehab Group.
Because of ByoWave, now I and millions of people around the world can play video games with our friends again.
Hi, my name is Philly and I'm part of the Zerve AI team. The technology behind Zerve is built on the back of my colleague Jason's PhD in data science and my second colleague Manny's experience as an AI and cloud engineer. I was employee number 6 of the super successful Irish edtech startup LearnUpon, contributing millions of dollars worth of sales and building out the business development team. During the 2020s, AI is going to be the great differentiator, but organizations and leaders are scrambling to understand how to harness its power. Take Megan, the BI director at the largest sandwich provider in the UK. The problem Megan has is quite simple, really. If they provide Tesco with too few or too many sandwiches on a given day, Megan's company doesn't maximize their revenue. But to accurately predict that number is really hard. From football matches or festivals that might be on locally to the weather, bringing in all factors available is moving beyond Megan's traditional skill set and moving to that of AI. An increase in accuracy of just 1% would unlock anywhere from 2 to 4 million in revenue each year. But this is an incredibly hard problem to solve in a traditional manner, as it would take Megan 19 months to hire a data scientist and for one of their models to make it into production. And over 87% of all data science projects don't ever make it into production. Enter Zerve AI, an enterprise AI platform as a service that enables Megan and her team to productionize machine learning models within just 90 days. In addition, predictive analytics tells you what's going to happen. Zerve's prescriptive analytics engine tells you what you should do. And it now tells Tesco how many sandwiches to order. Megan is just one person, and sandwiches are just one use case. But Zerve enables organizations to make good decisions, not gut decisions, increasing profitability for everyone involved. This is the future of decision making, and this is decision intelligence. The market is very large. The enterprise AI market will be worth 53 billion in 2026, but that's not really how we think about it. We're US focused, but the Irish segment alone is worth over 10 million in ARR and currently only serviced indirectly by consulting firms. The offerings on the market that do exist today, which we consider to be competitors, are great, but their price point leads to 41,000 adoption at best. Our traction gives you a sense of what's possible, as we've only just launched into an oversubscribed beta program, and we already have 2 LOIs from that cohort. When we commercially launch on the 3rd of January 2022, we will have over 6 figures of ARR on our first day. The way we think about our initial traction is that we'll get to 1 million in ARR within 18 months by landing 20 customers at an average deal size of $50,000. We're not looking to raise finance at this time, as our sales pipeline is really strong, so we can comfortably self-fund. However, we do have an ask. If you own or even think about a revenue number in a business, or if you advise someone that does, we'd love you to think about the impact artificial intelligence is going to make on that number. Then we'd love you to think about the impact artificial intelligence is going to make on your competitor's number. Then we'd love if you spoke to us. Thank you.
And welcome back, and thank you for all your great comments in the chat. And congratulations to those who've already pitched, and I can't wait to see the second batch. But now, a short break to catch our collective breath for a few words from Enterprise Ireland, who, as we know, are so hugely supportive of early stage startups and regional development. A direct quote from Tech Ireland's annual report last week: as usual, Enterprise Ireland did much of the heavy lifting at the early stage with sterling pre-seed and seed funding support.
Also, there is the undeniable fact that the best of talent is moving to where they can have the best quality of life. We're seeing this firsthand in the RDI Hub in the Portershed, with people relocating to us from cities nationally and internationally week on week. And we'll see another example of this in the interview with Findalma McGurk, who relocated from Dublin to Westport for the hiking to set up Payslip and recently raised 8.3 million. As Patrick Walsh recently said, you can build a company in the regions with more conviction now than ever before, and Enterprise Ireland plays such a huge part in that. Thank you.
So without further ado, over to Enterprise Ireland. We'll see you on the other side for some unmissable pitches and the opportunity to meet the founders in their breakout rooms.
Great to be here today, and great to support the Pre-Accelerator program, and I wish the best of luck to all the participants in it. One question I get asked a lot about is the fundraising process that we've gone through in Payslip and the supports that we've availed of. And really, I see in Payslip that we've probably followed the very natural path that has been set up across the different agency supports in Ireland, in the government sector, and then also in the private sector. So we started off in 2016 in Westport. We talked to the local enterprise office. We availed of some of the grants available with the local enterprise office. And then we applied for the CSF, the Competitive Start Fund, within Payslip in the fintech sector, which we fortunately got. And that led us into the path of the HPSU. And then once we went into the HPSU application process, we also engaged with the private sector VCs in Ireland. So we took an investment from Enterprise Ireland through the HPSU funding, through Frontline Ventures as the lead, and then also with the HPAN syndicate, West Northwest and Bloom Equity, and then also Tribal VCs. So I think it's quite interesting for anybody who's founding a software company, whether they're based in Dublin or based in the regions, that the national structures are national. They're available equally regardless where you're based, as long as you can have strong proof points and data points on your proof of product and the market size and your go-to-market strategy, and the pain points that you solve. I think there's a really good opportunity to avail of the support at the different stages of growth, and it's very well organised. At the start, it can be a little bit difficult to navigate and work out where they fit, but actually the path that we followed is the way that they kind of align nicely together, and they were great support to Payslip. I don't think being regionally based impacts on the funding conversation anymore. I think at the start, like in the early years, I was asked, why are you based in Westport? What are the customers going to think about that? And it was it was kind of like an offensive question. They thought you weren't really in the centre of business activity because you weren't in Dublin. The only logical question I find is relevant for it is the labour market availability. If all of your staff are going to be required to work where you are, then are you really just going to have a deep enough labour pool with the skills that you want? And now that's all liberated anyway, post-COVID. So I don't think that that's as big an issue, but obviously you'd prefer to fill as many jobs as you can. But the earlier questions that we had about being away from, the larger market of Dublin, it's just not relevant for our customer group because what I mentioned in terms of the different Westports in the world, they don't really care where we are.
Hi, I'm Michelle O'Grady. I work with Enterprise Ireland and the HPSU division. I work with fintech companies at the moment, but I have worked with startups across a whole range of different sectors down through the years. Today, I'd like to just give you a little bit of information about the types of companies that Enterprise Ireland are looking to support in our HPSU division. I mean, we define it as companies that have the ability to reach revenues of 1 million and have 10 employees within 3 years of investment. So what that really looks like is companies that have the ability to scale. That's what we're looking for. We would hope actually that you would grow much faster than that and achieve much higher numbers than that. But at least if you're aiming to achieve that level of growth, you're a company that Enterprise Ireland could look to support. From our experience, the kind of companies that actually can achieve that level of scale are companies that have really strong international potential, and that's the sort of companies we're looking to support as well. And that you've actually gone out, you maybe talked to some international customers and had done a little bit of groundwork on that opportunity. The other key thing for a HPSU is the team. So while you may start out on your own, the most successful companies, the companies that really scale quickly, are the companies that have strong teams. And so you would need to be building out your team pretty quickly, adding in very experienced people. The other thing is for a startup is to have good validation. I think to attract in investors, you need to be able to show that there is a good market opportunity and that you know your customers and that you have some indication that your customers are going to buy your product and that you can demonstrate that to investors. This will also allow you to develop a strong funding plan that shows the kind of funding that you need to bring your product to your customers and to get to that first stage of growth. There are plenty of funding supports available for companies at every stage. As Fidelma McGurk, a really successful startup based in Westport, and I know you've just heard from her, demonstrates to us, she availed of all the supports along the way, and that's definitely something we'd recommend to you. In terms of getting more information, Enterprise Ireland have developed a Start in Ireland web portal that's on our website, Enterprise Ireland/Start in Ireland. And that's a really good source of information for any startup company in any sector. Also, if you'd like to bounce your business proposal against Enterprise Ireland to see really, are you ready to join the HPSU division, I might suggest you contact the HPSU Inquiries team. If you email hpsuinquiries@enterprise-ireland.com, they'll send you back some information to fill in, and they'll give you some really good feedback as to whether you're at the right stage to come into HPSU. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome back, everybody. Wasn't that great stuff? We mentioned several times that most of this cohort are located in the West. Now is a good time to call out some of the teams that relocated to be here in the last couple of months, including Helgen Tech, Zerve, and SafeScore. Further proof that great talent chooses great places to work and live. Now, without further ado, let's see that 1-minute video showcasing what we've got here at the RDI Hub. And this will be followed immediately by our second batch of pitches. See you on the other side.
Hello, I'm Marie Toft, CEO and founder of Emotionise. We make software that empowers you to write better copy faster. Our unique AI is a combination of my 2 decades as an executive TV producer and my psychotherapy qualification from UCC. And we're passionate about solving this problem.
To begin, how to start. I'm hungry. I should get coffee. Coffee would help me think. But I should write something first, then reward myself with coffee. Coffee and a muffin.
Nicolas Cage in the movie adaptation, but our research reveals business now shares his frustration because we're all writing endless marketing content, from blogs to emails to social media posts, and it's costing us time and money. Here is our solution. The Emotionise process empowers you to write better copy faster by targeting your audience's concerns, desires, and emotions. We're like Grammarly for emotions, a plugin that sits inside your browser. So remember Nicolas Cage struggling with how to begin? Well, our unique emotional AI offers him ideas targeted on how his audience is feeling. It starts that elusive first sentence for him. And as he writes, it provides research and content tooltips as well as support and guidance. Not only that, our software can emotionise existing content. We see huge market potential since Emotionise can improve content for every product or service. Initially, we're focusing on digital marketing agencies and in-house marketing teams. But even with 100,000 users, you can see our potential ARR and what the market is expected to be worth in 2030. The AI content creation sector is about to explode. Look at what our competitors have achieved in less than a year. So what makes Emotionise different? We are the only AI that has been trained with emotion at its core. We keep the human in the loop and we can emotionise existing content. We've brought over 100 clients through our process, and recent A/B testing with the companies below showed their sales increased by a minimum of 20% after they changed to Emotionise generated content. We're operating a SaaS business model, and we're delighted to have received 3 letters of intent from the companies below. HST Solutions have just started our software build, and our team are well qualified in this brand new technology, and our advisors have a wealth of SaaS experience. Here is our roadmap, and our ask of you today is for an investment of €250,000 to grow and scale. Emotionise spells the end of constant redrafts and saves business time and money. And I'll leave you with a quote from the Irish novelist George Moore. Our ideas are here today and gone tomorrow, whereas our feelings are always with us. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicholas and I'm the lead founder of SafeScore, and we're a B2B SaaS company that allows airports to effortlessly track border and entry requirements for their passengers. Airports are in huge trouble. Travel rules and restrictions are leading to chaos at check-in and immigration on a daily basis. Recovery is being strangled by confusing and rapidly changing restrictions, and no single point of contact for passengers is provided. Customers are cancelling tickets or they're being deboarded, and they're running riots on social media, further damaging an important recovery for the industry. Don't take my word for it. Ask Monica from Slovenia's flagship airport. She's a champion of customer success and reports directly to their CEO. And she's never seen queues and confusion like what she's witnessed in the past 18 months. And this sentiment is echoed by our contacts in Dublin, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kerry, Shannon, and other airports around the world. We also know there are over 6,000 of these facilities globally struggling with the problem today. But what is the solution? How about a one-stop shop for all travel requirements and border restrictions that's updated daily, is fully independent, and communicated in a clear, easy way for passengers? SafeScore keeps passengers informed and reduces queue lengths, increases Net Promoter Score, and reduces delays. But most importantly, it saves airports money. Thinking back to Monica for a second, she can hire more staff to handle the growing queues, or she can stop the problem before it even starts by telling passengers what they need to bring. She can also do this for 90% cheaper than hiring the staff. Our business model is simple. We charge a flat monthly fee per month, which we tier up and down according to the complexity of the airport, and we provide airports either our API or widget solutions for them to customize as they wish. The price point is attractive because it's under the procurement threshold of most airports. Globally, the market size for this and other similar products is huge. It's north of 1 billion euros in annual recurring revenue, and we know we can capture at least 16 million of that in the next 4 years. This also allows us to build up billing relationships with airports and charge for other services further along down the road. Now, no company is without competition, and we recognize that at SafeScore, we are playing in a very hot market. We know 3 of our competitors were acquired in the last 18 months, and we know that 2 more have raised $25 million in just the last 6 months. We're excited to play in this space because we know our product, through its personalized and crisp, clear communication, is leagues ahead of anything else available in the market today. SafeScore is live, and you can check your travel requirements at Kerry Airport's website right now. In 2 weeks, you'll be able to do the same at Ljubljana in Slovenia and Libreville in Gabon. And in 6 months, there will be 40 airports around the world who will tell you the same information. And that's only possible because of our team with deep market and airport knowledge, including myself, software development, marketing, and operations teams, as well as our advisor board, who includes consultants directly to the Airport Council International, as well as senior level executives from larger organizations. Today, SafeScore is asking 500,000 euros in investment to grow the product and the sales teams, as well as ensuring that once COVID is over, SafeScore isn't. We'd love to hear from you. Please contact us.
Hi, I'm Paul, founder of Chumly. I'm here to tell you about an exciting new platform which maximizes gift card revenue. Meet Kelly, a revenue manager in one of Ireland's most prestigious 5-star hotels. Her goal is to maximize revenue while upholding their brand. She has a first-class gift card program selling up to 20,000 gift cards per year. Kelly's revenue management systems accurately predict times of low occupancy, but Kelly has a problem. How can she increase revenue during these times without reducing price or devaluing their brand with last-minute offers? Because of their fantastic gift card program, Kelly has 20,000 gift card holders, but has no idea who they are or how to contact them, making it impossible to incentivize them during these times of weaker demand. 18% of Kelly's gift cards go unused, a lost revenue opportunity, as figures show an industry uplift of over 200%. Kelly's counterpart, John, a revenue manager in the US, has a much bigger problem. US laws in 28 states force John to return these unused gift card balances back to the state as unclaimed property, missing out on both the upsell opportunity and the unused balances. Chumly is a personal digital gift card concierge. Kelly's gift card holders register through a simple process which securely stores the card in their mobile wallet, giving them real-time balances and simple upgrades directly on their mobile device without downloading an app. Chumly allows Kelly to engage with these card holders with targeted, relevant, real-time conversations, a real-time automated data and communications platform allowing Kelly to have the right conversation with the right customer at the right time. Successfully incentivizing just 10% of her gift card holders gives Kelly an additional revenue opportunity of over 300,000 euros, turning Kelly's existing gift card program into a powerful new sales tool. There are some gift card wallet apps on the market, but none are focused on engagement. Our smart real-time engagement and simple setup, which works with Kelly's existing gift card program, allows us to stand out from the crowd. We are first piloting this solution in Ireland and the UK, and then moving to address the US states with strict gift card laws. We operate a SaaS model and take commission from upselling. I have over 20 years software experience building scalable, secure payment industry applications, supported by a team of advisors with world-class strengths in the startup and global payment industry. Our customer engagement has been extremely positive, receiving letters of interest from some of Ireland's best hotels. We are beginning to build out our integrations with top gift card platforms which serve thousands of hotels like these. These platforms then sell our product on to their existing client base on a commission basis. This is just a small part of our vision for the growing gift card market. We believe this is an exciting opportunity and are in the process of securing pre-seed funding. We welcome conversations with like-minded individuals for expressions of interest. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Johnny Roy, the founder of BeWell Healthy products. BeWell transforms health outcomes with AI for radiology. Clinical directors in India are in trouble. There's 18,000 radiologists for 1.3 million population, and 90% of scans are interpreted by non-radiologists. Dr. Gularia, the head of India's largest public hospital and its COVID task force, said to me, "I need a solution that allows me to deal with the volume of scans, and I need it now." Meanwhile, in UK, 230,000 patients are waiting over 4 weeks for a scan, and there's 44% shortage of radiologists predicted by 2025. In UK and India every day, thousands are missing life-saving surgery and cancer care due to the shortage of radiologists. Our chest X-ray analysis product detects 14 abnormalities and meets the WHO diagnostic criteria. 40% of radiological exams are chest X-rays, and just 3% indicate critical disease. BeWell rapidly pinpoints and identifies these abnormal X-rays. BeWell turns around thousands of X-rays in seconds and outperforms radiologists. Currently, doctors will take weeks to review these images, and the saving is about £400,000 for 20,000 images in UK. Our team has worked together, studied together, and has a blend of deep tech and domain experience. I've led the global AI labs for Citi and Barclays and run the global payments product carrying $4 trillion of payments per day. I have a prior background in health tech with Siemens. My co-founder, Dr. Hu, has deep expertise in imaging and computer vision and has worked for Fujifilm, the largest X-ray manufacturer. Dr. Gandhi has developed the imaging guidelines for Royal College of Radiologists. We are supported by business advisors who are ex-Google and ex-PwC, respectively. We charge per X-ray in the SaaS model. We cater to hospitals, diagnostic labs, governments, aid agencies, clinical research services. Our beachhead market is India. With 500 million chest X-rays and 1.5 million avoidable deaths, it's a massive market. We have had great traction in India and have signed one MOU with 2 LOIs expecting to generate 15k MRR. We expect to onboard 70 customers from 10 partners next year. The market size for AI software medical devices is $55 billion, $13 billion is the global AI X-ray software market, and $2.7 billion is the market in our target markets. $500 million is the obtainable AI software market we are targeting. We can crack this problem. We've received the Competitive Start Fund from Enterprise Ireland and raising funds for regulatory approval, product development, sales enablement, and getting into adjacent markets like mammography and Alzheimer's screening. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, one of the co-founders of The Wedding Wizard, and we are on a mission to disrupt the wedding industry. The way weddings are planned hasn't kept pace with the times. A big way of sourcing wedding suppliers is attendance at traditional wedding fairs. This blows the mind of the Netflix and Spotify generation, who describe the experience as cringy and uncomfortable. We offer virtual expos that replicate all the immersive, inspirational and interactive features of traditional shows but feel more like a party than a cattle mart. This allows couples and suppliers to connect from the comfort of their own home. They can even share this experience with their wedding party and friends who typically tend to be spread around the globe. An exhibitor at one of our previous events, Kayla, has said, "I'm a big fan of game changers, and this is definitely a game changer for the wedding industry." Since January of this year, we have run 4 of these events. We've had 2,245 couples attend from 16 countries, and we've generated 8,800 inquiries for suppliers, which equates to 41,000 in revenue for The Wedding Wizard. We have a number of shows in the mix for the next few months, including a virtual expo planned in Dubai in early 2022. The wedding market is huge, and once we own the top of the funnel leads, the possibilities are endless. We are targeting initially the $472 million that is spent on advertising by wedding suppliers in Ireland, the UK, and the UAE every year. We make money from fees paid by exhibitors and sponsors who participate at our events. And this is just the first way that we can utilize this powerful access to these top of the funnel leads. We are already working on moving them over to the Wedding Wizard planning platform and marketplace. In terms of disruptors in the space, the US is leading the way with companies like The Wedding Wire, Zola, a recent unicorn, and WithJoy, a Y Combinator success story. The Wedding Wire recently acquired The Knot in a $1 billion deal, creating 100 support jobs in Galway. The existing competitors in this space are complementary to us as they offer services that could be used in parallel, such as wedding directories or online blogs. Online wedding fairs is a new opportunity that seems really obvious in our post-COVID world. Our team has led global consulting projects, managed teams across continents, designed and launched multiple tech solutions, and has been involved in other successful startups. We also have a focused team of advisors that has helped other tech companies scale internationally. Over the last year, we have become deeply networked in this industry. We have established partnerships with the organisers of traditional wedding fairs. This gives us great access to exhibitors and attendees. The era of traditional in-person only wedding fairs is gone, and the era of high-quality leads created from immersive, inspirational, and interactive digital experiences is here to stay. The Wedding Wizard is now looking to speak with investors who would like to participate in our pre-seed round. This round will allow us to scale up our sales operations and meet the demand we're currently experiencing. I'd love to hear from you. I'm on kaylee@thewedingwizard.ie.
Hello, I'm Don and we are Klokbox. What we propose is a digital time capsule for your valuable private data, that record of your life's work that you can be proud of, to pass on to others when they'll value it most. We empower people through memories and stories to record their legacy that will be cherished for future generations. Meet Mika. Time is not her friend. She has great memories and lots left to say. She has passwords to pass on, but they're always changing. She is private and finds it hard to know where to begin. Her children play a huge part in her life, and she wants them to know it. Yet she hasn't even made a will. We all want to be remembered. Do you have dependents? Are you in business? Is there anything others might need if you were suddenly gone? Most importantly, how do you even begin? What we offer is an end-to-end digital legacy solution to Mika that's accessible, convenient, and editable. It's a personalized time machine filled with private information that is safe, transferable, and individually personalized. A place for emotions or aspirations, stories or memories, for even passwords or her will. It's where she'll place things just as she thinks of them. We're essentially B2C. Our strategic partnerships include cancer care, Alzheimer's, and many others, because 2.2 billion people are exactly like Mika. Premium costs just $29, which engages our secure release mechanism, because Mika wants her family to get things, but only at the right moment. The market opportunity, as you see, is vast. People are regular social sharers, so they'll be familiar with Klokbox. Our sweet spot is the 870 million digitally active parents, just like Mika, because they worry about who they leave behind. 17 million are in the UK and Ireland. Our competition sees legacy planning as a financial product, but we think differently. Mika will be remembered for who she was, her wisdom and her love, not just because she was a clever girl who avoided infighting by making a will. 70% of the world are just like Mika and have never engaged with financial legacies, because it's just an awful topic. We're different. A safe and editable legal will at your fingertips that reduces the reliance for lawyers, a store of memories, inspiration and connection for when things spring to mind, a friendly legacy, and is much more valuable than money. It's a wealth of sensitive private information that will be cherished for generations. Our product is complete. 80 users have helped design our mobile and web app. We've answered their most complex questions. We've trademarked the verb, and to clock will now mean you're sharing into the future. Our next goal is to launch Klokbox to our 2,000 user waiting list. Our team is incredible. Mika has been our inspiration. Anna is totally focused on customer acquisition. Kalpesh is our technical genius. As CEO, I've already sold a business for millions. We know what it takes to execute a big idea. What I've shown you is just a sample of what we've been doing. I would now like to invite you to try Klokbox yourself, because once you will experience what we're doing, you too will see life differently. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hannah Joyce and I'm the founder of Upskill Marketplace, the easiest way to find trainers and coaches. Like 9 million others across the globe, I'm a learning and development professional, and I'm responsible for the development of 560 staff. My team is small, so we can't deliver all training in-house. And employees love classroom-based instructor-led training. So when I identify a skills gap, I need to outsource training and find a supplier. This means I spend hours a day trawling Google and scouring LinkedIn profiles. For L&D professionals, this process wastes colossal amounts of time, a whopping 2,500 hours each year. But with all of this in-depth internet research, you still can't predict that the trainer will be up to scratch until it's too late. 9 million other Hannahs are out there putting their reputation on the line every time they bring in a new trainer, caught between giving the same old training and taking a big risk on someone new. Or they could just go to Upskill Marketplace, filter by price, skill, location, read the public reviews by our peers who have tried and tested these suppliers already, and book high-quality trainers there and then. One Digital are one of our success stories, a large multinational consultancy that have doubled in size to over 1,000 employees in the last 2 years. Growing at this rate meant they could no longer keep up with the demand of training new joiners internally, so employee development suffered. And that's when Carrie, their onboarding lead, found Upskill Marketplace, and we sourced a trainer for her with 17 years experience, someone she could really trust to upskill all of her new staff. Our business model is simple but attractive to customers as it's non-committal and free for businesses, but we take 20% on supplier fees. Globally, this market is worth over $350 billion. This includes everything L&D, but the outsourced training market makes up 30% of that. In our first market, Ireland and the UK, that's worth nearly $6 billion. Upskill Marketplace have set the tangible goal of dominating 2% of this market within 5 years, managing 120 million in transactions, taking 20% commission, leaving us with 24 million. There's a growing number of competitors and an increase in funding in the HR tech space. BetterUp and CoachUp have secured over 400 million between them. And they don't even supply training, and they definitely don't safeguard coach quality quite like we do. We've had significant traction to date. And some highlights include building the platform, onboarding 60 trainers with a combined of 200 listings, and having repeat paying customers. My experience in L&D and procurement means I'm at the perfect intersection of knowledge and expertise to tackle this problem. We're revenue generating, but we need investment to grow. So I'm looking for a sales and BD partner, and eventually a CTO when I outgrow the tech I've built myself. If you're interested in professional development, pop by my booth and say hello.
Hi, I'm Ben, co-founder of Evenly Cooler, and we're going to redefine what kids' mobile games are capable of. Meet my son Jack. We both love games, and just over a year ago we were searching for them on mobile, which is his platform of choice. He loves to explore new worlds, to level up his skills, and to share his wins with friends and family. But the games that we could find were too simple or too much like school, and he just got really bored. We looked at games for older kids, but they had serious issues like unwanted interactions with strangers and inappropriate content. And most of the games that we tried were plagued with invasive, confusing ads and in-app purchases. They kept ruining Jack's fun and leaving me to deal with an angry 5-year-old. Like most parents, I worry about whether my kid's screen time is helpful or harmful. I want Jack to be safe and happy, but immersed in something that is actually enriching rather than him just turning off his brain. And parents have told us that they see games as a chance to connect with their kids, but that current mobile games make that difficult or boring. Nothing on the market right now meets the needs of both audiences, but we will. We're building nutritious, soulful games with accessible depth that keep kids engaged and help them develop skills that will set them up for life, along with a connected family app that gives parents peace of mind and makes it easy for them to join in on the fun if and when it suits them. Our core business model would be subscription. This outperforms all other business models for the market as it removes large upfront cost and the need for ads and in-app purchases. And it supports games as a service, which is what our team knows best. The market opportunity is huge and growing ever larger as more and more digital natives who grew up with games become parents. Last year, $3.5 billion was spent on the app stores for kids aged 5 to 8, and based on the type and the quality of the competition, we can compete for 320 million of that. It's a fast evolving and competitive space, but no one is offering a solution like ours, which meets the needs of both kids and parents so well. We're taking what already works for this market, learning from the wider games industry, and solving the problems that our competitors don't. We launched our first version at the beginning of 2021, and we've been iterating ever since. We've had lots of excellent feedback from the 3,000 people who have played our game already, and we have an exciting roadmap ahead. And we're the right team to do this. We're veterans of some of the most successful studios in games. I've been building amazing teams in games for more than 15 years. Jen is our production lead and designer and has worked with dev teams on some of the world's biggest games. And Chris, our tech lead, has been an expert developer for more than 10 years. We came together to found Evenly Cooler because although we are very different people, we're connected by a love for games and the strong sense of our values, which are alive in everything that we do. So feel great about screen time again. We're Evenly Cooler. Thank you.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. I'll hand it to Niall in a second to play you out, but first just a little guide on navigating the breakout rooms. We'll open these in just a moment and welcome you to visit the startups themselves, congratulate them, learn more about their work, or you can come visit us in the NDRC information booth. Once we launch the rooms, you'll see the startup booths. That little number on the right-hand side tells you how many people are in the room. When you hover over that number, you'll see the word join. You got to hover to see it. If you click on that, you'll be whisked away. You can move from one room to another just like that. And if you do leave a breakout room, remember to click leave breakout room, not leave meeting. We'll keep the networking open for around 30 minutes and we'll follow up after the event to facilitate any introductions you don't manage to squeeze in that time.
Okay, so now we move on to the final thank yous. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. First, I want to thank the teams. It's been a joy and a privilege to work with you and welcome you into the NDRC family. Second, I want to thank the NDRC community for driving this new era in early stage supports for startups, entrepreneur-led, locally embedded and globally connected. And finally, I want to thank you, the community, the people who show us up to support the mission to make Ireland globally great at startups, one startup at a time. Take a bow and give yourselves a round of applause as we open up the breakout rooms.